we're here, and we're not here for a long time, but we're all here at the same time. Out of all of time and space and existence and the universe, somehow we're all sharing this rock together. We're on it just for a blink in this moment, and somehow, even though we're here at the same time, that's a miracle in itself. Even being born is such a miracle. The odds that the sperm we came from, each one of us, was the one that penetrated the egg, that's the biggest miracle of all. And we're all brought here at the same time, and somehow given these tools that allow us to connect to each other in such a fantastic split-second way from across the globe. Like, we gotta take a minute and appreciate that.
So, Gili Air is a tiny, beautiful island that's part of the Gili Islands. And the Gili Islands are 3 small islands that are part of Lombok, but technically off the west coast. And they are incredibly stunning. And we love it here because the vibe of this place is really chill.
No cars here, only little mini horses and carriages
and bikes.
And there's like tons of like cute restaurants and like juice bars, cafes. Like, it's really, really cute here. We're actually really sad to have to leave in a few days.
Yeah. Little twist of plans today. We were riding our bikes.
And then in the corner of my eye, I hear this crying of like a little baby. And I look, and there's the smallest kitten you would ever imagine. Like, it fits in one palm of my hand, standing there, dirty, shaking. So I stop, obviously. I wouldn't be able to leave him. We grab him and we start knocking on all the doors around where he is.
We knocked on so many doors.
Asking, is this your cat? And they don't speak English.
So many locals
and then
being
we're
just like, who are these white people at our door?
Holding a kitten.
Holding a kitten.
And then, so then we start asking them about mama. We're like, where's the mom? Like, this kitten has to have a mom. And they're like, no mama. We were desperate because we're like, well, what do? We have this tiniest little kitten in our hands. There's no way we could just leave it on this dirt road. Like, no one cares for it. It's no older than a week old. Like, it just opened its eyes.
Yeah.
And so we're desperate. We're like, we can't take it to Malaysia. We can't send it back to Canada. So what the hell do we do on an island with a kitten?
I'm not very good, and I never really have been, with allowing myself to become vulnerable, emotionally speaking. And these diaries, they were a real challenge for Juliana and myself. I mean, we're both very emotionally introverted when it comes to other people, insofar that when we got married, we asked everyone that came to our wedding not to put anything on social media. I mean, the idea of our most intimate day of life ending up in a bunch of people's Instagram feeds and Facebooks, it really, really bothered us. So when we decided to sell everything and move and start documenting it, it became a real challenge to us. I mean, the concept of opening up to what could be thousands of strangers all over the world, and to allow yourself to put your guard down for a minute and be extremely vulnerable seemed very, very difficult. But what I find is really amazing about the process is a platform for us to just bare ourselves, and for people that are subscribed to our channel or might just randomly click for whatever reason on that video to realize that, well, they're not alone in how they feel or in their perceptions or on their journey, and that there's others, strangers out there, that might feel the same way about certain things.
So it's a very beautiful day outside today, and it's our last day here in Gili Air. I feel really, really sad right now to leave. It's been such a magical little island. You know, our experience has been amazing. We've done some work, we've met some amazing, incredible people. You know, we stayed at this wonderful place, Villa Nangka, and the thing about this place is that it kind of felt like we were just accepted into part of a family for a week. It was a really beautiful experience. You know, everybody from the guys that work and take care of Villa Nangka is a couple of locals. Some of them are from Lombok, some of them are from Flores Island, and they're just the sweetest guys ever. And Rose and Andreas, who own the property, have been so helpful and just really good friends. I find that like we stayed there and made really amazing, wonderful connections with people.
We have a wonderful little restaurant, I guess, no, more like a bar across the street from where we're staying, called Paradiso Cat, and I've become friends with the gentleman who runs it, and he has many cats there, so we thought maybe we should go talk to him. We had to basically ride this whole road all the way back to our place with Kitten, so I put it in my t-shirt and I put it against my chest, and it was so exhausted on this crazy bumpy road. It started to purr and felt like dead asleep. And then the second we showed him the cat, he was just like, yeah, I'll take it. And he gets a box and he says, put it in here. Like, so thank the Lord. We came here to the grocery store and we bought some milk and some cat food.
Well, because the thing is, we go in 2 days and then he's left with this kitten that he has to feed, that he has to take care of, and of course nothing's free. So technically we gave him this responsibility, and we're gonna give him some money as well, just so he has something to pay for the expenses. Okay, mommy, papi, papi, Toro. Name the kitten Toro.
Oh yeah, he was like, where are you guys from? We were like, well, we're kind of from Toronto, and he's like, Toro. The cat's name is Toro. And every time we post a diary, we lose a lot of subscribers. I mean, we gain some too, but we, like, honestly, more than any kind of other video, people just decide, nope, not for me. And maybe they're here just for yoga, and they don't want to hear anything that we have to say under the surface of a happy yoga channel. Which our videos, like, especially before we started doing this, projects an image and a life that is completely false of who we actually are. But these diaries open us up and open up ideas that a lot of people don't agree with, and that's fine. Sometimes I find in some of the comments, I see people sort of treating our diaries almost like a mirror, and it makes them really uncomfortable, you know. Oh, just like me, these guys are going to have real jobs when they're older, because they're maybe not happy with the decisions that they've made in their life, or maybe just whatever it is, their journey doesn't include ours.
We made really good friends with one of the guys there, Pooja. Hi, Pooja. First, Pooja approached us and was like, oh, you teach yoga. Okay, well, I've never done yoga before, but I've always wanted to learn. So he's like, would you do a class? I'm like, of course, let's do it. Let's do a class. So he takes me to this really beautiful beach in Gili Air when we have to walk through these like cow pastures and the rural areas of Gili Air, which is a great experience to see. I love it so much. And we get to this really beautiful, peaceful beach and roll out our mats. And I start giving him this yoga class.
And if that's the cost, if the cost is we're going to lose a whole bunch of people, well, they'll find their path another way. I wish them all the best. But what's so freaking amazing is that when it does connect, the stories and the comments we read, that our life and our experiences relates, that they find something that they connect to, and then we find something that connects back. Like, there's so much connection going on when we find the guts to just be like, no, I'm gonna speak from my heart for a change. Because in our culture, we're taught to keep our heads down a lot. We're never talking about the fact that, like, there's something about this culture that's eating away at me, and it ate away at me for years. And until we got to this point where Juliana and I didn't know what to do, so we started this channel and we just started digging our way out.
You know, I dedicated myself to doing it with him every morning, and then actually his father, who lives with Pooja in like a little room, you know, he asked if he could join. You know, Pooja mentioned that it is something his father needs a lot because he's going through a very difficult time in his life, and same thing like Pooja, he's never done yoga. The only time he's seen it is he watched somebody do it on a beach once, and it really captured in him, but he never had the opportunity. He can't afford a yoga class. He doesn't have an electronic device to watch it anywhere, so he just hopes to one day be able to do yoga. And that's what really made it clear to me, is that so many of us are privileged to have these electronic devices, that we're able to connect anytime, and you have a yoga teacher right there. You can do a yoga class anywhere. But some people don't have that luxury to do it, and so the following day there I am going through the same cow pastures to the beach with Pooja's dad. You know, we go through this awesome yoga class together, and he's extremely good, just like his son. Very flexible for never doing yoga. I'm like, well, props to you.
If you want to leave because we're talking about something we're going through in our hearts and in our minds and on this journey, that is okay by us. There's always going to be people that don't feel something or don't relate to it, and that's 100% fine. They're going to find what they need somewhere else. After the depression diary, my sister and I had the first real conversation about that, about me battling with depression and her going through some of the same things, and how we can relate to each other on that level. It opens up space. What if we never created it? I don't know where I'm going with all this, except that I know and I've felt this value to being vulnerable. It's with all of you guys that are watching this and feeling something.
We walk back home, back to the villa, and then he's like, okay, let's do it again tomorrow. I caught myself having this very selfish moment. I'm like, I actually didn't want to get up at 6 a.m. and teach somebody and give them my time, so I had to give myself a big smack on the head. I'm like, no, like, I have to do this. I have to give myself, my service to somebody else, because just the smile on his face and the excitement on his face was so precious and so amazing. So I'm like, okay, 6 a.m., here we go.
Oh, and also Andreas and Rose run this organization. They're called Gili Shark Conservation. If you love to dive, if you love the ocean, if you love preserving the ocean and the earth, and you want a good way to volunteer for a great cause, check out the link and read about it.
No, we're giving you guys a little shout out on video.
You guys have plans for tonight?
Work.
I have to do some work.
We got a video that I'm struggling with to get done in time. Why? What's going on?
Oh, my parents and you guys are leaving tomorrow. Everyone that belongs to the family, they are invited for dinner.
Yeah, well done.
That'll be so wonderful.
The really beautiful thing is that after we finished our yoga class, we just sat on a beach and started really discussing the deeper meaning of yoga and spirituality. And we just, really talked about the whole idea how, when we say namaste, the true meaning of namaste is we are all one, is that my soul recognizes your soul. And that in this lifetime, we all want the same thing in the end. We all want to be happy, we all want to be free, and we all want to be healthy. And every single person in this world, doesn't matter if you come from Canada or you come from Lombok, doesn't matter what upbringing you have, at the end of the day, we all share that feeling, that wanting, that longing for peace.
About to catch our boat and leave Gili Air.
So wonderful. I love going to places where you can actually not just make memories of the place, but create relationships and friends. So awesome.
When we ate dinner with everybody the other night, there was like representatives of 8 or 9 different countries sitting around a dinner table. When we come back, it'll be great to see everybody again.
Mm-hmm. At least he's in a good home, and this guy has a really good heart.
We can officially say
Sponsored a kitten.
he has 4 cats, and he has a rooster that he refuses to kill. Well, it's named Rainbow, and its wife is Victoria. Ramsay promised he would send us pictures every 2 weeks or every month. And now he has baby Toro.
Baby Toro.
We live in a magical time where everything is at our fingertips. Sometimes we take it for granted, and sometimes you realize you weren't using the things you have access to their fullest potential. Got to take full advantage of everything we have, every minute, every day, every breath.